Working Man is an action thriller film directed by David Ayer, also written by David Ayer and Sylvester Stallone, starring Jason Statham as Levin. He is a construction foreman for a family business, a construction business, and he's close with the family. They cook him food. He keeps the employees in line and protects his employees from outside forces. He served 22 years in the British military, so he did his time to protect his country. Now he's moved to America and he wants to sort of do something else, and he's got a daughter of his own that he only gets to visit once in a while, and his father-in-law likes to give him crap. But Levin used to be a real badass, and he still is. However, some sinister villains kidnap the daughter of his boss, and he's hesitant to get back into the old lifestyle. However, he realizes he must do the right thing, so he decides to take his skills, track down the traffickers, and then take them down. So it's a very similar plot that we've seen before, but this movie is not very good. I think the hardest part is that this movie, it's hard not to compare it to a superior action film, in my opinion, The Beekeeper from 2024. That movie was also directed by David Ayer. It had the same budget of $40 million and had Jason Statham in the lead role. However, that movie was written by Kurt Wimmer, who's a voice actor and writer. He writes really over-the-top, awesome action pictures like Equilibrium. And even though I don't like Ultraviolet and it's really bad, it's a so bad it's good movie. And he's written maybe like a dozen other films. He writes really over-the-top movies. And what made The Beekeeper kind of different from other generic kidnapping rescue movies is that that movie took things to 11, almost a parody-like way. You know, in that movie, he's not just some former special forces badass. He's like they create an entire organization that he used to be part of called the Beekeepers, where they protect the hive, they go after corrupt government entities, they kill anyone who sort of picks on people, I guess, as a thing. It's like they're so badass, they have like hidden caches of amazing technology and badass skills. It's really hard to kill beekeepers. So that movie built a lot of lore, and it went all the way to the point where he was fighting like the president. So this movie is a little bit more generic. It's based off of a novel called Levin's Trade by Chuck Dixon, the comic book writer. And this, movie, it seems a little bit outdated. The movie to sort of bring in the whole older action hero chasing down human traffickers was Taken in 2008 with Liam Neeson. And ever since that movie, we had a Taken trilogy, Taken TV show. That's like a very simple concept that's been sort of exploited. Skin Trade is another one. And so this movie doesn't really offer anything new in terms of plot-wise. Does it deliver anything new in terms of action-wise? Not really. This movie's more of a thriller than an action picture, and the whole construction man theme isn't really utilized at all in this movie. He uses a sledgehammer to help him do something. He never uses it on his enemies. And the movie is light on action. It has a somewhat decent action finale with some brutality where he's, punching bad guys in the face and stuff like that. But overall, this movie was really lacking, and maybe in better screenplay would have made for a more over-the-top film. But this movie, even has the cliche motorcycle gang. It has like only a couple fight scenes. The movie just feels lacking. It feels like it's missing something, and I think it's just missing better action, better story. It's hard to keep comparing it to The Beekeeper. The only thing different with The Beekeeper is the script, so it just needed a better script. You want to watch Jason Statham hurt bad guys, and this movie he only does it near the end of the film and throughout, and it's always just kind of anticlimactic. No one can really fight him, or he doesn't have to fight too many people. No one really gives him any grief in the fight scenes, so there's a lack of tension. But I do feel the movie was also really over the top in terms of its style. David Ayer's camera work is okay, but it's a little bit shaky at times and kind of amateurish. He's going for like a realism sort of thing. Also, the villains were just really cartoony and over the top. They were also cartoony and over the top in The Beekeeper, but then he violently kills them and it's funny. In this movie, they're walking around in like couture and like they look like clowns. He's also got like some Russian mobster villains that look like vampires. Then you've got these other human trafficker guys and then you got biker people that just have like the most random outfits. And then like every once in a while he'll go into a place like a club and they'll all be dressed in like like angel clothes. It's just kind of weird. I don't know whether the production designer was just given a huge budget and said, just do whatever you want. These are rich people. They do weird rich people things, but there's like this pervert guy that's just doesn't fit. He feels like a joke. It's just the movie just left a bad taste in my mouth. It didn't deliver the satisfying action, the comeuppance to the villains. The villain of the movie literally just ends with him going like, no! It's really cliche, all around cliche, not very satisfying, very long. It's like a 2-hour movie. So even though it's got all the right elements, you've got the budget, you've got the director, you've got Statham, you just need a better story, more action, better story, because we've seen this whole rescue girl from kidnappers before. So I give Working Man a 3 out of 10.